and weight gain is just the tip of the iceberg. Here's what happens when we treat only the symptom. Imagine this bucket is your health, and these holes is the symptom. The symptom, a headache. If we only plug one of these holes, say with Play-Doh, we're not addressing the root cause. We're only addressing the symptom. The headache might feel a little bit better for a little while, but silently, those root causes are working against you. Now, let's take a different approach. Instead of just fixing the symptom, let's address each root cause. We're gonna do this by managing our stress, eating proper nutrition, staying properly hydrated, and all the other aspects of our health that help us heal. And what happens when life adds a little more pressure? Poor hydration, poor nutrition, less sleep, all of it leads to these holes getting bigger. That patch can't hold up anymore, and our bucket spills over. So what happens when we address the root cause? The headaches go away, the problems dissipate, and you find yourself feeling incredibly well when we start to look at the root cause instead of just the symptom. The leaks stop. The symptom goes away when we actually take the time to discover where is the root cause. Same lesson I actually learned from my son. Putting a Band-Aid on his wound wasn't enough unless I was going to address the root problem. We have to dig deeper to truly heal. What if your symptoms like headaches or weight gain are only the tip of the iceberg? To truly heal, we need to stop patching symptoms and start addressing the deeper root causes because everything in your body is connected. I'm Carly Schroeder, a certified functional nutrition coach, and I'm here to help you dig deeper and understand what your body is actually trying to tell you. Let me show you how addressing the symptoms can fail, starting with the story of my chaotic life with my boys. My house is a constant whirlwind. Picture 3 little boys under the age of 5 running full speed through the halls with laughter bouncing off the walls, and then you hear the occasional thud, the crash of a toy, shoes are scattered, drawings on the table, paint everywhere. It is beautiful chaos. What? One afternoon while I was standing in the kitchen trying to make dinner with one baby in one hand and helping the other child with a puzzle, the little middle son comes to me and points to his arm saying, "Mommy, I have an owie." His big eyes just searching for some help in that time. And in the moment of me juggling a million things, dinner, bubbling on the stove, baby, the older one asking for help, I did what any overwhelmed mom would do, and I just told him to grab a Band-Aid and I sent him back to play. "They're all better," I said. After a while, it seemed like the problem was solved. I completely forgot it, and I noticed he started scratching. I took a deeper look, and I found that that tiny mosquito bite turned into an angry red bump, and it started to spread. A quick trip to the doctor confirmed it. It wasn't just a mosquito bite anymore. It was a staph infection. And I felt the pain of guilt as I replayed the moment when my son came to me to tell me about the owie. And if I would have taken that time right then and there to properly clean it and keep an eye on it, I would have avoided this altogether. I was in that quick fix mode, focusing on the symptom without addressing the cause. That day taught me an important lesson, not just about owies, but on how we approach health in general. Sometimes the quick fix isn't a fix at all. Sometimes we need to take a pause and look a little deeper. Had I taken the time up front to clean the wound, ask questions about what caused it, and treat it holistically, we could have avoided this staph infection altogether. This small incident showed me how everything in the body is connected and why addressing only the surface symptoms really isn't enough. Compare this same approach to modern medicine. In medicine, we're often told You have a headache, take an Advil. But why are we having a headache in the first place? Are we dehydrated? Are you eating too much sugar so you're being deprived of nutrients? Are you overwhelmed with stress? We treat the symptom on the paper instead of addressing that full underlying condition. If we only address, say, one of these symptoms by plugging the one hole with taking an Advil, we're ignoring the deeper reasons about why the symptoms exist in the first place. And that's when things can grow and fester, just like my son's wound. The same principle of patching all the holes when it comes to issues. Many women face the same challenge without getting clear answers to why. You might feel like no matter what you do, you cut calories, you exercise more, and the weight doesn't budge. Your mood is still shit, and you're still frustrated and exhausted. Now, instead of just trying to fix that one thing, that one piece with a Band-Aid, we want to address the many holes that is happening in the body. Hormones are like this orchestra, the orchestra conductors of the body. And when they're out of tune, everything from your mood to your metabolism can feel really chaotic. But hormonal imbalances rarely come from just one issue. It could be the stress, poor gut health, or even the toxins in your environment. Weight gain often isn't just about what you're eating, it's also about how your body is processing the nutrients and whether you're getting enough sleep and how are your hormones and how are your stress levels all impacting your metabolism. So stress, let's look at stress. Stress causes cortisol spikes leading to weight gain. Let's look at our poor gut health. This causes inflammation and hormone dysregulation and the lack of absorption of our important nutrients. Let's look at toxins. This leads to hormonal disruption. Let's look at nutritional gaps. Can actually lead to blood sugar and instability. So when we actually zoom out and we take a multifaceted approach, we're actually allowing ourselves a chance to plug the holes. So let's look at nutrition. Let's focus on eating real food, meaning how it comes in nature. We're going to try to consume it in that way. Let's try to incorporate more times of stress management. What does that look like for you? Can you first stop, take a pause, and realize what in your everyday life is even causing you the stress to begin with? When we take these little pauses, these zoom outs, and we look at it, then we can start to implement more meditation, mindfulness, and pauses throughout our day. Movement. If we're thinking about it, this is interesting. I really only move for 10 to 15 minutes a day and it's an easy walk. Well, let's just start to increase that. The more we move, the better you feel. And if you go back to some of those times in your life when you were feeling your best, you were looking your best, oftentimes you had more movement in your day. And the exercise shouldn't be terrible. It shouldn't be something that you hate. It should be something that is actually supportive to you, something that you like doing, something that's actually going to help you keep doing it. Because if we just pick something because the trainer or the person on YouTube told you that this is what's best for you, you're probably not going to stick to it. So just like my son's owie, needing more than a Band-Aid, your health requires more than a quick fix. When you address each area of nutrition, of stress, of sleep, of toxins, of movement, you're filling the gaps and supporting your body as a whole. Are you struggling with weight gain or hormone imbalances? Start by taking one small step, whether it's swapping out the inflammatory foods or committing to better sleep. If you need some guidance, let's work together to tackle all these holes so you can feel your best. There are tons of resources giving you all of the checklists or the eating out guides that can help you get into balance here and now without doing anything complicated. When my son's wound became infected, I realized I couldn't just slap a Band-Aid on it and forget about it. I had to clean the wound, remove the debris and the bacteria, cover it and protect it, and then let it breathe, and also support his body with anti-inflammatory foods and removing any sugars, hydration, and extra sleep. This is exactly what we need to do for our own health issues. Address the symptoms with a holistic approach and the root cause. When we approach our health by addressing all the holes and not just looking at those symptoms, we look at the root cause, we allow the body to truly heal. Similar to addressing symptoms and ignoring the root cause, we also need to be aware of the trap of focusing in on diets and missing the one key factor. Check out that video here. Transparency and honesty and giving yourself a true reflection of your own behaviors can be incredibly healing, and it allows you to take that next step to making a change. Thanks for watching. Aloha.